As we approach the ending of the gauntlet that is this Team Quadrilla Marble League, we reach, fittingly, the Gauntlet Run, Event 15 of Season 5. Welcome back to the Team Quadrilla Marble League. Just 2 events left in the A Division here. Just 2 golds left on offer. Just 2 sets of medals left on offer. In the Gauntlet Run, each team will go 1 by 1 here. It's a one and done event. Here in the Gauntlet Run, each marble will be getting a point total individually from 1 to 8. You can get 1 to 7 if you fall in the holes in the center there, or if you fall off on either side, and if you make it to the ending catch basin, that's 8 points. You want to be consistent here with your marbles in the Gauntlet Run. And looking at the standings, after the zone collision, Deep Divers and Roseblood stay top 2. The pumpkin match with their bronze rose up into 3rd place. Then it's the Golden Cheese, Maze Runners, Bobble Squad, and Shadow Riders are first and second teams in the zone collision in 6th and 7th. Venomous Vipers, the host, in 8th place. And looking at the Captain's Championship of just the team events, this is the last team event here. Deep Divers, Green Supreme, Valley Dashers in the top 3. Everyone down to the Shadow Riders in 8th place can still win the Captain's Championship. So keep that in mind as we go here for the final team event of the season. The Copperheads will show us how it's done in the Gauntlet Run. This event made its debut in Season 3. And they had some difficulty with 3 of their marbles here. They will get 1 finisher at least. So that will be 8 points for one of their marbles. But marbles also falling in the 2 and the 3 there for the Copperheads. One of them getting stuck on the far side. So 3, 8, 2, 3, 16 points. Not the worst score thanks to that finisher, but not very consistent for the Copperheads. That consistency will really set apart the best teams here in this event. Treat Fleet will go in reverse championship order, so they will start us off. Bit of a different starting arrangement here in the Gauntlet Run this season. They will get 1 finisher, but once again, like in the demonstration run, Treat Fleet were very inconsistent with their marbles. Although they did also have a 6 there with one of their marbles. So an 8 and the 6, this is going to be a solid run for the Treat Fleet. 18 points for them. Also a 1 from their captain though. So inconsistent, but respectable for the Treat Fleet, a team that is typically much better in the team event. Last place in the standings, hoping to get out in this event. Now, Poison Ivy, the second to last team in the standings, gold medal in the elimination race, but not much else in the season. Off they go here. No early losses, no very early losses, and they will have 1 finisher. Wasn't as clear cut of a finisher here. They had to do some work here. You have to adapt to how the blocks treat you in the Gauntlet Run. If you get shoved to one side, you can easily fall in the holes. You have to recover nicely. That's what Poison did, the anchor for the Poison Ivy, but also an 18, but because of the tiebreaker, they didn't have a 6 like the Treat Fleet, they'll go into 2nd place. Those tiebreaker countback is going to be very important in this event here. Cold Fusion now 14th in the standings here, just 1 silver to their name, back in the sprint, and this is going to be a step below the first 2 runs for the Cold Fusion. They are typically better in the individual events, at least in this season, and it's showing here in the Gauntlet Run. No marbles ahead of 5, 4, 3, 5, 2. It's a consistent effort, but not great. 14 points for them. They'll go into 3rd place very easily. Now, Team Atlantic. They've shuffled their order a little bit. Narwhal is in the 3rd position there in the center. We'll see how that works out for Team Atlantic here. Off they go, 4th place in zone collision. They have 1 marble still going, and Kraken will get to the end. Their new marble there. This is only their 3rd event as a full team member, and they will get to the end. Oh, that was very close for them. Almost falling in that 7. They will get to the end though. It's going to be 3, 6, 1, and 8. Actually, the same as the Treat Fleet, because the Treat Fleet had a more comfortable finisher. They will rule them ahead. So Team Atlantic goes up into 2nd place, but still, great run from their anchor particularly, and they're happy with themselves for that. Now, Green Supreme. Team down below in 12th, but battling for that Captain's Championship. They're in 2nd in the Captain's Championship. And off they go here. Oh, they will have 3 early losses due to the Green Supreme. One of their marbles will get to the end. That'll be 8 points from one of their marbles, but that's going to be very inconsistent for the Green Supreme. Not good for their pursuit for the Captain's Championship. And 3, 1, and 3 for those other 3 marbles. That will be 15, and not good. Only 4th place for the Green Supreme. Now, Bacon Brawlers. Team that is not in pursuit for the Captain's Championship, not really in pursuit for the main championship either, and they have 1 early loss. No super early losses for the Bacon Brawler. I think just 1 of them fell in the 2 zone, and then 2 4s and a 6 there from one of the marbles. No finishers will hurt them, and it's not the most inconsistent run, but it's going to be 16 for the Bacon Brawlers, 4th place out of 6. Now Efficient Eggs in 7th in run 7 here, 10th place in the standings. They've subbed in Fry, the reserve, in the back. We'll see how that works out for them. The captain comes out well in front. Oh, and the other 3 marbles couldn't really handle that. They'll all fall very early. Scramble, the captain, will streak ahead. Had a bit of a hiccup there, but they will go clean down to the 6. So it's going to be 6, 2, 2, and 1 for the efficient eggs. That's dead last here. The other 3 marbles couldn't do anything here, and they just 11 points. That is pretty paltry for the efficient eggs. Now, Valley Dashers in run 8, 9th in the standings, high up also in the Captain's Championship, in 3rd place here. So this is also very important for their pursuit for the Captain's Championship, but they also have 3 early losses here. Teams in the middle part of this event, very having a lot of struggles in the Gauntlet Run. They will have one that also goes down to the 6, like the efficient eggs, but the other 3 marbles couldn't do anything here, and it's just 12 points for them. They slot right ahead of the efficient eggs in 7th place. With a 3 instead of a 2, they avoid last place for now. And the Valley Dashers, in their pursuit for the Captain Championship, they will not get it. They will not get that top step. So leading is Treatfully based on the tiebreaker ahead of Team Atlantic after the first half, but no one's cracked the elusive 20-pointer here in the Gauntlet Run. We'll see what the hosts can do. Venomous Vipers in the 9th run to kickstart the second half. Oh, it's looking good here. 1 finisher, 2 finishers for the Venomous Vipers. The first team to 2 finishers, and it's our home team. That will surely take the lead here. Just 16 points from those 2 marbles alone, and 1, 4, and a 1. That will be 21. After I just mentioned how no one cracked 20, Venomous Vipers will go up into the lead. Is this when they finally get back on that podium? They had a brilliant start to the season, did our hosts. It's been struggles in the last few events, but that looks definitely like a podium-winning run, if not a gold-winning run here in the Gauntlet Run. Now, Shadow Riders, silver medalists in the last 2 events here. Oh, 1 early loss, 3, 4 early losses here for the Shadow Riders after a brilliant run by the Venomous Vipers. It all goes wrong here for the Shadow Riders, a team trying to pull off the last stretch comeback as they have so many times here, but it's going to come to a halt for this event. 10th out of 10 with 10 points, 3 threes, and a 1 from their captain. That is disastrous for the Shadow Riders. Now 1 ahead of the Shadow Riders in the last event. Gold medalists in Zone Collision. Bottle Squad here. Can they string together another great result here in the Gauntlet Run? Off they go. It's a decent arrangement out of the gate, but they fall apart towards the middle. Definitely not as bad as the Shadow Riders. They'll have a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 marble gets down to the 6, but certainly not the best we've seen today. Only 7th out of 11 here. So the teams that have excelled in recent events here can't do very well here in the Gauntlet Run. Now Maze Runners in the 12th run. We're getting into the final few runs of the day here. 5th place in the championship. They've subbed in the reserve in the back. They try to go to the near side here. It gets one of them to the finish, almost getting a second run. That's going to be an 8 and a 6 from 2 of their marbles. This is very positive for the Maze Runners here. But 2 early losses as well. I think that was 2 1s. So it's extremely inconsistent here in run number 12 and just 16. Despite an 8 and a 6, that's only good enough for 5th place. But still, that's better than our last 2 runs. And they're hoping to get in the championship fight here. Have to rely on some of the teams ahead, not doing very well. Now Golden Cheeses. This was their worst event of last season when they were the champions here. Hoping to do better here. They've switched up their lineup. They will have 1 finisher here. And the other marbles also did a decent bit. I don't think this is going to challenge the Venomous Vipers for the win. But no 1s or 2s for the Golden Cheeses. And a finisher here. This is looking like a very good run for them as well. 20 points for the Golden Cheeses, 2nd place for them, much better than what they did last season, and they are potentially staking their claim for a last-ditch championship charge here in Season 5 as well. The Golden Cheeses into 2nd place now, just behind the Venomous Vipers. They are on that podium. Now Pumpkin Patch. Great run of form are the Pumpkin Patch, also subbing in their reserve here. They're looking very good here. 1 finisher, 2 finishers for the Pumpkin Patch. This is going to challenge the Venomous Vipers. Is it going to surpass the Venomous Vipers for the lead here? An excellent run once again here for the Pumpkin Patch. After the Golden Cheese just set up a very good run here. Couldn't get the lead. Can the Pumpkin Patch do it? Yes, they can. 22 points. The Pumpkin Patch have taken the lead. And in the 3rd to last run, they have already guaranteed no less than a bronze here. The Pumpkin Patch have been excellent over the last few events. Could they be on for a gold medal here in the Gauntlet Run? Now the Rosebloods, we get to our top 2 here, who are a cut above the rest of the field here. Pumpkin Patch will join that battle for sure, but the Rosebloods are here. Oh, they're very consistent. No finishers for the Rosebloods, but all of their marbles doing very well here in the 2nd to last run. So this is going to be a good run for the Rosebloods once again. How will it challenge perhaps 3rd or 4th place here? I don't think it's going to challenge our leaders or 2nd place, but that's good enough for 3rd place. 5, 5, 4, and 7 for the Rosebloods. And despite no finishers, they're up into third place based on sheer consistency with 21 points. They might be staking their claim for the championship lead after this event. What can the deep divers do? The final runners of the day, we've seen excellent runs in the last few runs here. The championship leaders are off here, dead last in this event last season, and it's all gone wrong for the deep divers. I think a 1 and a 2 in there, and no marble will get past the 5. They'll have a 4 and a 5 as their best 2 marbles. It's going to be an absolute disaster for the deep divers. 14th place for them, and the championship is back on for sure for the Pumpkin Patch, who will win gold here, and the Rosebloods, who will get the bronze, and I think will take the championship lead after this event. The Pumpkin Patch and Rosebloods on top here. Venomous Vipers, also our host, will get second place back on the podium for them, but the Pumpkin Patch, their 4th medal in the last 5 events, didn't have a single medal before the triathlon event 11, and after event 15 they are going to perhaps surpass the deep divers for second place in the championship. Well done to them, well done to the Venomous Vipers. They'll also be back in the battle, and the Rosebloods, who will be our championship leaders heading to the finale. Well done to them. So after the final team event of the season, despite getting 14th in today's event, the Deep Divers have done enough and will win the Captain's Championship. Venomous Vipers with their silver will jump up into second place, and the Green Supreme will round out the podium in third. Pumpkin Patch with their gold will jump up to fourth, very close to that podium. But of course, looking at the overall standings, with one event to go, the Rosebloods and Pumpkin Patch have jumped the Deep Divers into first and second, and the Golden Cheeses, Venomous Vipers, and the Maze Runners can all still theoretically win the Team Quadrilla Marble League. Those 4th to 6th have a lot of work cut out for them. Bobble Squad can still make the podium, cannot win the Team Quadrilla Marble League. It's all to play for in the grand finale, the marathon, but before that we will go over to the B Division one last time to end it off with the Gauntlet Run, so be there.